Okay, so part 3. And as I was saying, I was just explaining how I got the watercolor effect on the back. I just used the 3 Distress inks here, and I watered the paper down first, and then I put this on the ink on the craft mat, and then I gave this a few squirts as well, so it was really, really watery. And then I flipped the paper over and I just dabbed it, and I dried it with a heat gun a couple of times till I got the effect I liked. So it really looks nice. It came out really well. So I'm very happy with it. I did the black. I didn't want it as black as the Igloo, so I used a Color Blocks fluid charcoal ink pad in charcoal. So that was just for the sentiment. And then the Igloo I got from Lawn Fawn Critters in the Snow, so they worked really well together. The little bit of pink in his cheeks is just the Tattered Rose too. So that was a really fun card to put together. I used frosted lace stickles just in the white parts of the toque, and then I also used the Distress, what's it called? Rock candy. So Distress rock candy, and put it all over the Igloo, so there's a little bit of sparkle to it in the light. So I really like that card. Just when I watched back the other one, I didn't really give you a clear view of my Santa, so here it is again. Okay, so the next card is with my favorite stamp, the Snowy Trees. So it's really quite a simple card. It's almost a one-layer card, except that the trees are actually on watercolor paper, that key color paper I was telling you about, and then I fussy cut them out. So I've really only used 3 colors when I colored them. This is the 245, and that did all of the green. And then I used the 2 browns, mostly the Burnt Sienna, the 947, and then I also used a little bit of the 8479 just around the edges. So really easy, simple coloring. And then I used this little guy, the enamel accents in white, just for under the tree in the snowbanks, and then just the little dots. I don't know if you can see that, but there's little snow falling off the trees there. And I just used some white pencil just underneath the enamel accents, just to make it give a hint of a snowbank sort of thing. So it was such a fun card, and it's really simple, and I think it's quite dramatic on the craft paper. The craft paper I use is just Michael's 60-pound Recollections. It's 50 bucks for about, or 50 sheets for about $5. So it's really, really, really good value and everything else. You can only make cards like with the fold on that side though, so you can either have it this or this. But if the fold is here, you have to reinforce the card, so just be wary on that one. Next up, I've got Barry the Snowman. So the carrot was actually quite hard to color. I only used 1 color on it, the 925, which is just an orange, and then I went back and added water to it and lifted color in the middle. And then, yeah, it was quite the process to get it exactly the way I wanted it. And then again, I used those 2 browns I've already showed you for the sticks, or his arms, I should say. And then this is a 665 for his button. And I used this green here as well, the 245 for his scarf. And I just cut off the little balls at the end of the scarf because they are way too hard to cut out fussy cutting. And then I used this Faber-Castell, the Sky Blue pen, and I put it on the craft mat and then watered down, and then I just did a little bit of a hint along the edges, just so the snow in the snowman has a little bit of dimension. And then all I've done is taken the snowflakes and embossed them on, and then I used Liquid Pearls White Opal and just put little dots everywhere so it looks like snow falling. So it was quite a fun card to play around with, and yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I might round the corner still, I'm not sure on that one. Still thinking about that. And then the last card I have to show you is Elwood, the elf. So he was a lot of fun to color. I only had to use a few colors on him, just the 1 blue, so the 555 again, that I also used on the penguin, and then I used the Tattered Rose for the face, and then the darker brown for the hair, the 879, and then I went back to the red Faber-Castell, because this is the best red I've got, like a true red, and done the candy cane with that, and I've got a little bit of yellow, and I've used the frosted lace again on all the white areas. The only thing I have to say is that to be careful with the Tombow markers and not get the frosted lace stickles on it, because it will bleed the color into the white, so That was the one thing I had to be wary about. And I just used the gray for the little boots. So that was the N45. The paper I got just from the North Paper collection, and this is with Prima Marketing. So it was just a sheet I had from ages ago that I haven't used yet, and the rest is on the white that I always use Nina Solar White for the inking. I've got a really cheap white paper, just if I'm not inking or stamping on it, just have it leftovers from ages ago when I didn't realize there was a difference in white paper. So that's how I'm using it up. But anything I've got to ink on, I use the Nina Solar White. And all I've done is just added a few little gems on top of it, and I used in the background, it says ho ho ho, and I've got the snowflakes in the tumbled glass. I used tumbled glass, and to get the antique-y look, I used antique linen, and then frayed burlap, and then walnut stain just on the edges. So that's my purple onion order, and hope you enjoyed the cards at the end, and have a nice day.